First at 4 after avoiding snow for most of the day. Unfortunately, it's rolling in just in time for the drive home. We'll tell you how much to expect. Karen?
Also first at 4, a former suburban police officer ends up in front of a judge. We'll talk about the accusations against him and the money involved. Plus, President Biden unveils a new plan for immigration reform. We'll tell you what's different this time around. Those stories and more. First at 4.
Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News First at 4 starts now.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Karen Drew. First at 4, we start with a live look outside, and we are tracking the radar. New snow surrounding us to the east and to the west. It is another round in a week that has been snowy and bitter cold. Let's get to Ben Bailey tracking the next few hours for us. Hey, Ben.
Hey, Karen. Yeah, we've kind of threaded the needle between those two areas of snow for most of the day, and now it's that stuff over West Michigan that's starting to invade, and it looks like it's going to be here for most of the remainder of the evening. Here's Storm Tracker 4. We're seeing that those snow showers are in the west and north zone primarily right now, but the reports are pretty much anything north of 8 Mile, and now Metro Airport also reporting some light snow. But light is the operative word here. When you look at visibilities, 3 miles is the lowest, so this may not even be falling fast enough to accumulate as of right now, but we think it's going to pick up in intensity. Still, light to moderate snow showers is pretty much all we're expecting through the evening. Temperatures relatively mild compared to where we've been this week. Low and mid-20s through the evening. We will get down to the teens tonight, but those low temperatures are not going to be nearly as cold as what we've already endured this week. So the temperatures are trending up. We'll take a look at that and multiple chances of snow even after what we see here tonight, Karen, all in a few minutes.
All right, thank you, Ben. A former Hazel Park police detective is formally charged in connection with embezzlement of public forfeiture funds. Sean Bosher faces several felonies, including conducting a criminal enterprise and embezzlement. Prosecutors say the 45-year-old took about $68,000 for his own personal use between 2013 and 2017. He was placed on administrative leave and suspended. He later resigned. Now, if convicted, the former detective faces up to 20 years in prison. We are getting a look at the man charged in a deadly stabbing in Troy. Jerome Perry Bay is charged with the murder of 38-year-old Carlos Contreras of Flint. Prosecutors say the men were arguing in the parking lot of the Bell Tire on Rochester Road Sunday night. They say Bay pulled out a knife and then stabbed Contreras in the chest. His body was found by employees the next morning. The judge denied bond. All right, we're seeing another ripple effect of the coronavirus pandemic, this time on the average lifespan here in America. CDC says the average life expectancy in the first half of 2020 was 77.8 years. That is down a full year from 2019. We haven't seen that kind of decline since World War II. New at 5, we're going to take a look at the stories behind the numbers and why they're even worse for minorities. Today, the state of Michigan reported 888 new cases of the virus in the past day, with an additional 85 deaths, most of them coming from a review of records. President Joe Biden visits Michigan, and that I should say his visit to Michigan has been delayed by at least one day. He should visit the Pfizer plant in Kalamazoo tomorrow. Now that winter storm around Washington postponed today's trip, the president is expected to speak with employees working on Pfizer's vaccine for COVID-19. So make sure to watch for full coverage on Local 4 and clickondetroit.com. Meantime, the president is tackling an issue that has gotten stuck in Congress over and over again. Today, Democratic lawmakers helped launch new plans for immigration reform. Kimberly Gill following that for us. And Kim, this proposal does something we've never seen before.
It sure does. And Karen, good afternoon to you. We'll talk about that change in just a second. But first, we know immigration reform is complicated, controversial, and emotional. It affects millions of people, their families, as well as their communities. But President Biden is proposing a pathway to citizenship for undocumented immigrants that would take 8 years. That's the fastest timeline ever proposed. There would be exemptions for farm workers, those here on humanitarian grounds, and immigrants who entered the U.S. illegally as children, allowing them to immediately apply for a green card. To qualify, immigrants must have entered the country before January 1st of this year. The bill would also spend $4 billion to boost development and fight corruption in Latin American countries, addressing problems that send people to the U.S. An estimated 11 million undocumented residents are in the country right now. The House Speaker says the bill sends a message.
So this is a values-based, but also economically beneficial. And as I have always said, immigrants coming to our country, with newcomers coming with their hopes and dreams and aspirations, with their optimism and determination to make the future better for their families, well, those are American traits. And when they come here with those values, they make America more American.
We're still waiting to hear from Republicans. The president hopes to pass the comprehensive bill, but he's indicated he might be willing to split it up into smaller pieces. Today's proposal faces a tough road, though, ahead. No comprehensive plan has passed Congress in 30 years. So, Karen, we'll see if this time is any different. For now, we'll send it back to you.
All right. Thank you, Kim.
Sure.
Now, we are going to show you a life-changing day for an American hero who'd fallen on some tough times. Craig Ogden is a disabled veteran who is on the verge of losing something he counts on for his very survival and his peace of mind. Paula Tutman tells the story of how he got into trouble and those who came to his rescue.
I think we all could use a little bit of COVID relief, but the kind of COVID relief this local veteran needed was, it was at the point. He was so desperate that when it did finally come, it absolutely kept him from going under. Sometimes life smacks you in the face, and sometimes it offers you a hug. For Craig Ogden, a disabled veteran who has spent his life serving his country and his neighbors, he's experienced both.
Going from that, I would say, high-end paying job to nothing it's just like hitting the brakes and going through the windshield. It's not a good feeling.
Craig got bamboozled, plain and simple, got swindled out of the money he had to pay the taxes on his Taylor home. It was all he had, his home, his castle, and he was drowning in debt and going under fast. But then he stumbled over the Disability Network, Wayne County, Detroit. And when that organization got wind of the storm Craig was in, it stepped in.
And we have today a situation where a taxpayer was falling behind. The Disability Network came forward with part of the taxes. You had part of the taxes, and we were really happy that they were able to reach out to us.
Get me a little teared up, actually. There ain't a whole lot of people care out there nowadays.
Today's something remarkable, enough money to pay all taxes. And Craig was able to proudly step into the black from a mountain of red.
Because he is disabled, he's a veteran. The story was compelling to me, and we do have funds available to make sure that individuals with disabilities stay in their home, within the community.
More than $2,000. Now, it may as well have been $1 million. It felt like it. Now, this is what's important to understand, because when you pay your taxes and wonder where your money goes, it's programs like this. Because the funding came from the COVID CARES Act monies distributed by the Disability Network, Wayne County, Detroit. This is what it looks like when the money reaches who it should and gets to work.
It's a godsend, it really is. I thank everybody so much. I was losing my house.
Paula Tutman, Local 4.
Wow, Mr. Ogden actually received more than $4,500 to handle his entire tax bill. Still ahead, here first at 4. The gift of motherhood. The country of France just reported a historic delivery after one woman does something amazing for her daughter. Also, a sinkhole threat keeps spreading around homes and in fields. We'll talk about the disaster that may have set off this chain reaction. Up first, breaking news from outer space. We've been watching and waiting for the rover Perseverance to land on Mars. We will tell you where things stand right after the break.